Today on CJ Off-Road, we're going to show you how to ditch the factory intake on your JL and replace it with something much better. Today on CJ Off-Road, we're going to be installing this brand new Injen intake into our 2018 Rubicon. Stay tuned, we'll show you guys how to get it done. This Injen Evolution Roto-Molded cooled air intake features their brand new SuperNano Filter and is designed for any 3.6 liter Jeep Wrangler JL or the brand new 2020 Gladiator. It also includes everything that you need to get it bolted up onto your Jeep and is a completely sealed unit that's not going to allow any water or debris to get inside of your valuable intake and mess up your engine. Now with this kit, you also get an extruded piece on the end that's going to allow the air to come in, go through the filter and through the brand new intake tube, and give you more performance and horsepower out of it. It retains an OE quality fit by using all factory components and even bolting down into factory locations. Today we're going to show you how to get it installed on our 2018 JL Rubicon. Now obviously make sure you pop your hood and you're going to gain access to everything underneath here that we need to pull off. We've got to remove the intake tube and a couple other connections, so we're going to get started back here at the throttle body. Grab yourself an 8mm socket or a flat head screwdriver and we're going to go ahead and loosen up this clamp right here. You don't have to pull it all the way off, just get it right about to the edge so you have enough clearance to pull this off of the throttle body. Next thing we'll do is remove these small little push pin clips using a trim panel removal tool, just by working them easily left and right. Get both of these out. Oh, come on, don't break. It didn't break them. Then we're going to disconnect the plug on the sensor right here by depressing it and pulling it straight out. We are going to have to pull this out, but we'll do it once it's outside the Jeep. Now remove both of these 10mm bolts that are holding the intake tube onto the subframe. Depress on the gray piece of the PCV hose to get that also removed from the intake tube. It'll simply slide right off and you can just set that right up and out of the way. And then the last 10mm bolt you need to remove is right over here on the passenger side. This is going to hold it on to your inner fender there. Grab your 10 socket and get that pulled off. Now we're going to pull the entire assembly out. We're going to start here at the throttle body side and get that right off of the throttle body, work our way down to the air box and give this a nice pull up, and it'll pop right out as one assembly. So the first thing we're going to grab is the Injen intake tube, and we've already got this fitting right on the end with the small end going towards the throttle body. This clamp has already been tightened, and make sure that you put the clamp on here before you get it on. It is a nice and snug fit, so just work around the edge and it'll all go on. Now we're going to get this snugged up using an 8mm socket, or like I said before, you can go ahead and use a flathead screwdriver. Now go ahead and grab your intake box as well as your brand new filter, and you're going to notice there are some little nibs on there that will actually lock into place in the air box. If you go around, you'll feel them. See, it doesn't go in there. It'll set into place just like this, and we'll give it about an 1/8 of a turn to the right and it'll stop, and now that's locked into place there. So one of the reasons I said not to tighten that down completely up front is so we can slide this on the intake assembly. Now this is going to slide on like so, and then completely rotate down and go into the factory holes down below and set into place. Now once you have all of this in, we're going to go ahead and tighten down all the hose clamps that we've put on here, and then we'll finish it off with the plate on this side. Now we're going to reattach our PCV hose. Just like that, you'll hear the click and the gray section will be popped up. Next thing we've got to do is plug in our O2 sensor. We're going to use this included rubber grommet to go into the intake tube like this. And then we're going to grab our sensor and push it into there. It does help to use a little lubrication like WD-40 or something really simple. Just put it in there and then it'll go right into the hole easily. Go ahead and grab the sensor you pulled off. And you have to work it a little bit, and don't be like me and push the entire grommet in. You don't need to get that green seal all the way inside the tube. It'll sit perfectly just like that. And then the last step will just be simply to plug it in. We're going to go ahead and set the plate right on top here like this and use the included Allen key screws Last thing you're going to do is swap over the grommet from this side of the airbox. It does help to pull the metal section out, slide this through with a little lubricant, and then take this metal section and plug that hole just the way it was. Then we're going to grab the factory bolt and put it into the factory location. Just get that nice and snugged up. And after that's done, your installation's complete. Well guys, that's a wrap. We just finished up the installation of this Injen intake into our 2018 JL Rubicon. Overall, the installation time is about an hour and you only need basic hand tools to get this done. I'm really excited to see what the performance aspect of this intake is going to give to our brand new Jeep Wrangler, as well as this super durable filter and the enclosed housing. This thing's going to be great for off-road, and as you can see, this Jeep is plenty dusty, so I'm sure that filter is going to definitely help with some power and not let anything get inside of your engine. Now, if you want to find this Injen intake as well as many other great performance parts from them, be sure to check us out at cjponyparts.com.